Send in your money.
Look, I had totally forgot. Oh, is this recording? Yeah. So I had totally forgot the Leprechaun did these fucking commercials. I never thought that I would see the Leprechaun act like a southern priest. And he just nails it. Hold on. Let's watch this together real quick.
Praise the Lord. And send in your money.
It's send in your money. Money laundering?
Hellfire and damnation for fornication with the devil's heart.
I'm sorry. Oh shit, I'm fucking crying over here. The commercials are the best part of this film. I like the psychic one too. Here we go.
The signs point.
He does such a good job.
Rise. Feeling sick? Stop your tongue.
I just can't get over that. All right, let's get to the video.
10 unanswered questions about
For pulling this trick, I'll chop up your dick.
Number 1.
Did leprechauns used to be magical elves? Or
Get out of the room. Burn in hell.
did they used to be gnomes? And
Number 3.
they really banked their life on some half-assed animated story they saw at some crummy-ass pawn shop, huh? Next trip, Las Vegas, baby! I'm not sure if I would call this my favorite Leprechaun movie, but so far, it's been my most enjoyable. This movie is the definition of dumb fun. I think this may be my favorite. I'll go ahead and make that assumption. But even though this is 93 minutes of pure entertainment, it isn't safe from unanswered questions. So let's begin. Gupta, the pawn shop owner, almost shits his pants when Lucky brings in the leprechaun in stone form.
Yeah, you like that, huh? That's good shit. Good shit, nigga.
No, not that kind of stone form. And removes the magic medallion that kept him at bay. Following his complete disregard of that statue disappearing and a pot of gold magically appearing on the table, he doesn't ask any questions whatsoever. And the leprechaun gives him an old-fashioned ass whooping. Managing to temporarily brush off the Reaper, he finds a CD, Legends and Folklore, that also seems to be a game? And once again, I have to point out that I have to give this man his props for putting his full faith into some random fucking CD-ROM he had in his drawer collecting dust that he probably got for $1.50 after some dude named Craig pawned it for a pack of Newport Smokes after getting released from jail on his 6th charge of domestic violence. Anyway, this program consists and covers the basic urban legends like fairies, gnomes, unicorns, leprechauns, mermaids, Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness Monster. And according to this total trustworthy life-saving program, it states that leprechauns were once magical elves that became obsessed with gold.
They were once magical elves who became obsessed with gold.
And then it informs us that all the magic lies within the gold.
Remember, his power lies in his gold.
And remember that because we're going to come back to this. It also states that you get 1 wish for each shilling that you possess.
If a mortal gets hold of a leprechaun's gold, he'll be given 1 wish for every shilling in his possession.
And apparently leprechauns don't like other leprechauns. I'm sure that's not going to come into play later.
A leprechaun is very territorial. He can never tolerate another leprechaun.
And then this totally trustworthy program states that without his gold, they are absolutely powerless and are nothing but a mischievous gnome.
Doubt it. He's just another gnome full of mischief.
So is he a former elf or is he a former gnome? Now in folklore they're similar but not similar enough to classify them as the same thing, or even branch of species. And why do I bring this up, you ask? Because the film does! Now the leprechaun fits into both of these categories because gnomes come from folklore stories and are very small, bearded, and often live underground, often labeled as malicious tricksters. This checks out considering that in the previous film, Leprechaun 2, the leprechaun lived underground in a tree. Also in Leprechaun 1, old Leperdick took refuge in a tree. Now let's talk about elves. Elves are miniature people that are often mischievous, if not downright malicious. Well known to kidnap humans to use them for various different reasons. Another example of this is in the last film. Leperdick kidnaps Bridget to enslave her as his wife to bear his children. The last piece of vital information that this foolproof leprechaun tutorial gives us states that if you destroy the gold, you destroy the leprechaun. But that never exactly works, does it? Because in every single film thus far, Leprechaun 1, Leprechaun 2, and here in Leprechaun 3, there's always 1 shilling left. So the Leprechaun's defeat is never definite. So what was the Leprechaun before the corruption? And it was absolutely absurd that Gupta, Tammy, and Scott would bank their entire survival and put their 100% faith in some random ass motherfucking CD-ROM that has as much potential as Diddy as your birthday party planner. And yet somehow, they succeeded.
Making my way downtown, walking.
Who is this mystery reoccurring character in the franchise? Small one here, but this creates a huge mystery. We have talked about continuity quite a bit leading up to this 3rd installment, so I'm not going to dive back into that. But there's something in this film that connects it to the original film, and it has nothing to do with the Leprechaun. If we're looking through the eyes of the universe only and not breaking the 4th wall, here are some things that we know for sure. Leprechaun exists in its own universe, and is separated from most of the other big slashers, such as Jason, Freddy, and etc. And this franchise isn't self-aware or gone meta, meaning there aren't Leprechaun movies in this universe, nor do they break the 4th wall by using the actors to spoof or parody their own universe. It's a dumb fun franchise, but it takes its world at face value. That makes it improbable that Warwick Davis exists in this universe. But yet he has a doppelganger that appears in not 1, but 2 films in the franchise. In the original film, this doppelganger appears in the diner scene out of costume, playing a random background character in the diner. Then in Leprechaun 3, that same mystery character is seen playing slots in the Shamrock Casino. So who is this mystery NPC that keeps reoccurring in the franchise? That also links this film back to the original. And what are the odds that this person follows this specific Leprechaun wherever he goes? If you haven't seen my previous video, I do believe that Leprechaun 1, Leprechaun 3, and Leprechaun in the Hood are all the same Leprechaun. It just makes sense. And maybe this means absolutely nothing, but it probably does. But in this franchise where continuity is just for shits and giggles, this mystery NPC's second appearance is no longer just a wink, it's deliberate. Do it one time, okay, sure. Do it twice, you know what I mean? You feel me? There's something there. What do you think it is? What happened to that poor woman that just disappeared? So Fazio the Great here decides to do his new flamethrower trick that he calls the Burning Beauty.
Screw the magic rings.
Oh my god.
The Burning Beauty!
Which his boss, Mitch, immediately shoots down earlier in the film.
Only a moron would try something like this. Forget it. End of discussion. I'm not taking any chances.
Because the moron set the tablecloth on fire.
Oh my god!
Anyway, his balls grew 6 times bigger that day, and he decided to do it anyway, because he wished to be the greatest magician in the world after getting a hold of old Leopardic's shilling. So Fazio brings out this nice young woman to volunteer in the Burning Beauty act. But here's the problem. We never see her again. What happened to her? The next thing we see is old Leopardic appearing out of the box and throwing out her scarf. So was she just completely disintegrated into nothing? Was she sent to the void? Did she become one of the parents in Scream? Did she get a first class seat next to Jimmy Hoffa? I mean, this woman disappeared faster than my parents did. So what do you think? What did old Leopardic do with her?
Number 6.
Rapid fire round. The Leprechaun poops every day at 9 o'clock.
Oh shit!
Made fresh daily at exactly 9 o'clock.
Disgust. The Leprechaun really likes biting ears. Disgust.
What do you want? Your boobs are big.
Oh, looks like another club hang.
Next time, I'll take the elevator.
How does Scott have magic when he turns into a leprechaun? And
Have you ever blown a rod before?
does that mean that magic runs in the DNA and not the gold? In case you forgot, this film shows us the fact that the leprechaun's power lies within the gold.
His power lies in his gold. Remember, his power lies in his gold.
Remember what the computer said?
The gold, Scott. His power lies in the gold.
If we destroy the gold, we get rid of the leprechaun once and for all.
So if that's the case, since they treat this totally random made-for-kids legends and folklore like it's a new religion, this goes against everything the film is constantly telling us. So let me explain why this is confusing. Scott gets bitten by Leopardic and slowly starts becoming a leprechaun. And throughout the duration of the film, he uses quite a bit of magic. He uses magic to unlock the safe to find the gold, and then he uses it to cut the straps in the hospital. He uses it for the gas mask, and other things in the hospital. He also uses it to free Tammy. And that's only to name a few examples. The reason this is strange is because Scott doesn't have any gold. I mean literally zero. The leprechaun stopped him from retrieving the gold that he hid in the safe. He also never had the shilling coin. Because if you remember, it got stolen from him by Fazio. That's after he already made the wish, then traded hands to Mitch, back to Loretta, and then back to Fazio the Great until the end scene of the movie. So where is Scott getting these magical powers from? Since that holy grail of a CD tells us that without the gold, leprechauns are nothing. Could it be that Scott weirdly inherited the powers from the leprechaun when they traded blood in the hotel room? You better hope he don't have leprechaun AIDS. Good luck, Scott.
Great Scott!
What's the story of Lucky? Despite Lucky's grand entrance and only having just over 60 seconds of screen time, I feel like there's more to his story because something just doesn't sit right with me. Hear me out on this. It's conspiracy theory time. Lucky brings in no leopard dick in his stone form. Fair enough. But I believe that Lucky set up the pawn shop owner. And here's why. Obviously, Lucky and the leprechaun have some history together. Hence why Lucky isn't so lucky.
He's a good luck charm.
I can see it's working very well.
But yet somehow Lucky has managed to capture and put the leprechaun in a dormant state. And he wants to leave Las Vegas as quickly as possible.
I need money to buy gas so I can get out of this place.
But there's a few things to note here. Number one, Lucky didn't keep any of the leprechaun's gold. Not one single shilling. All 100 are there until Gupta comes across one and the leprechaun realizes that one is missing.
I'm 1 shilling short!
Now Lucky had the option to try to hide the statue and try his best to keep it out of anyone's reach for the duration for the rest of his life. But instead, he takes it to a pawn shop in Las Vegas, which is considered one of the most visited and crowded tourist destinations in the United States and the entire world. I don't know if he did this strategically or moronically. I mean, you're gonna tell Gupta, don't touch that medallion.
Don't touch the medallion.
And he rides off into the sunset and he's good. One thing to note about the leprechaun is that he might be evil, malicious, but overall he's pretty fair and he's just a chill ass dude. If you don't bother his gold, he'll just shoot the breeze with you and go about his way. This entire franchise up to this point has shown us that the leprechaun will give you chance after chance after chance to make things right. Just give it back. At least he's nice enough to ask first, right? It's not kill first, ask questions later. This man will sit down in front of you and be like, hey, give me back my stuff. Hell, in the original Leprechaun movie, he kisses Tori for giving back his gold. So whether you disagree with this or not, I don't see why you would, but the one thing for sure is that the chaos unfolds because of the humans' fuck-ups. It's the human greed side of things, not the leprechaun side of things. He just wants his shit back. So when it comes to Lucky, the leprechaun already had all of his gold. So what was there left to fight over? The way I see it, there's two options here. Option 1, Lucky gave the gold back to the leprechaun and just wanted to be done with the whole situation, and planted the leprechaun in Las Vegas to keep him so busy with the greedy humans that he would never cross the leprechaun's mind again, egregiously setting up the shop owner. Or Lucky made a deal with the leprechaun that if he gave all of his gold back, Lucky would find the leprechaun somebody else to play cat and mouse with. Still essentially setting up the shop owner, knowing what was going to happen. Maybe Lucky is the anti-villain of this movie. He had to do what he had to do to survive. Because we know how hell-bent Leprechaun is on getting revenge on people. So what made Lucky think that when he took that statue to the pawn shop, he knows that medallion's going to come off? What makes Lucky think that the Leprechaun wouldn't come back for him? Unless Lucky was ahead of the game and he had a game plan. Think about it.
Praise the Lord! And then your money.
Something tells me this priest ain't faithful. Does the magic vary from leprechaun to leprechaun and movie to movie? According to this film, you get one wish from each shilling that you have.
If a mortal gets hold of a leprechaun's gold, he'll be given one wish.
But that wasn't the case in Leprechaun 2. So I have many questions about this magic. For example, Cody in the second movie was safe and sound as long as he possessed the coin.
I'm not dead.
You will be if you don't give me me coin.
You can't do it, can you? As long as I have this.
In this movie, the leprechaun fucking mollywops that motherfucker in the pawn shop, and beats himself for loving 1990s made-for-kids Legends and Folklore bad animation ass. And he had the coin. Another thing to add to this is that in Leprechaun 2, the Leprechaun collected anything that was gold. And each thing that he collected that was gold had its own purpose, such as the neck collar used to tie up Bridget. In this film, it's all gold shillings, in which each one would give you one wish. So you could essentially have 100 wishes if you had the whole pot of gold. And you can wish for anything, except you can't use it to harm the leprechaun.
I wish you were encased in cement at the bottom of the ocean.
A leprechaun's gold can do him no harm.
In future installments, the leprechaun possesses things like magic flutes, which hypnotizes you into liking the music, which backs that theory that all the magic lies in the gold, which in this movie Scott goes completely against. But hey, it is what it is. But nonetheless, would you agree that each leprechaun customizes his own power into his own pot of gold, to his liking, and are bound by it? Let me know what you think. That's going to wrap this video up, guys. Thank you so much for taking part of your day to kick it with me. You know I appreciate it. I'll see you next week in Leprechaun 4 in space. We'll see how that goes. With that being said, if you have any theories about Leprechaun 4, or 5, or 6, or the other films, drop it in the Discord. The Discord is absolutely free. It's just a hangout spot. And if you submit a theory that I really like and holds some weight, I will credit you in the video. I also have a YouTube membership where you get early access to all my videos. You get members only live streams, members only videos, custom emojis, loyalty badges. So until next week, I'll see you in motherfucking space. I love you all. Adios.